All right, so guys, cameraman Deej and I made it up the mountain. Big long hike. I know it seems like I just did this about 10 minutes ago. It's not true. We've been hiking all night. So I've rustled up what I call my little campsite, which I'm going to tell you about. But first I want to show you how to start cooking. All right, Jeff? So here we go. You're going to get one of these kind of ready meal things. We're not doing Instapots. We're not doing fancy schmancy kitchen stuff. We're going hardcore here. So you're going to get one of these. I chose beef stroganoff. It's hearty. After a big day of climbing, I want a little something in my belly. So reading the directions, we're going to open the package at the notch. By the way, I brought the cleaver. Deej, you know I always travel with the cleaver. I figure if we don't use it for this, could be a wild animal out here. I don't know. I'm not a real big hiker, but I know my way around. So, all right. Okay, we're opening it at the notch, like this. Then it says, remove and discard the oxygen absorber. That sounds like something we don't want. So, kind of like Cracker Jacks. Remember when there's a prize in there, Deej? Remember that? It's not a tattoo, but it's an oxygen absorber. We don't want that in the meals. We're gonna put that over there. Okay. Next step is to carefully add 2 cups of boiling water. Don't just grab this from the stream. When you're hiking, you might have a stream, you know? That's not what you want. You want to bring out your little fire thing here that you carry in your backpack, like I did earlier. Boil your water, which I already did, and we're going to pour 2 cups in the stroganoff package. So I always bring my glass thing with me, Deej. Boiled water, 2 cups. It's like baking, measuring, remember, so important. 2 cups. Oh, I did that almost about right, Deej. All right. Then we're going to pour it in here. Oh, okay. It does not look appetizing right now, Jeff and fans, but I'm telling you, this is going to be delicious. Then it says we need to stir. Ooh, that's hot, Deej. Okay. Stir carefully and close the zipper. Does not look appetizing, I'm going to tell you, but listen, we're hiking, so we're roughing it. All right, I'm closing it. I'm closing the zipper. It's like a Ziploc baggie. You don't need a lot out here in the wilderness and in the hiking. And then we have to let it sit for 4 minutes. So while we're doing that, I'm just going to show you my campsite. I'm going to time it too. Okay, so guys, when I got up the mountain, I had to set up my tent. You want to get a picture of our tent there, Deej? Had all this stuff in my backpack. And I think you remember that I packed my very professional backpack with cat hair on it to come up the mountain. And so we set up our campsite. We're going to sleep in there tonight. It'll be very warm, very cozy. Got our backpack. I also, if you remember when you saw me earlier in the teaser, when you hike, you need a walking stick. Well, I chose a golf club. Why, KB? Because it acts as a walking stick to help us through the trails and the mountains and the rocks and the whatnots. But also, you know, if there's like a, well, I'm a sports girl, you know? So if there's like a rock in your way, you're gonna wanna like come on up to it like this. You're gonna want a good grip on that when you come up to that rock. And you're just gonna kind of, you know, knock the rocks right out of your way. If you see a snake and you don't have your cleaver handy, you got your golf club, you know? So this kind of acts as a 2-for-1 tool. I'll check my time. Okay. And so I like to bring that instead of the walking stick. I don't know what Deej uses. He doesn't really use a stick because he's pretty strong, pretty stable, aren't you, Deej? Oh, okay. Anywho, we brought our chair because we're going to do some sitting around later, chit-chatting, you know, just catching up on life. Just listen to the birds and the crickets and the whatnots out here before we head in there for the night. And then, of course, I brought the little oven stove campfire Instapot, if you want to call it that. Because you got to have one of those. Like I said, you're going to need to boil some things when you're doing this hiking stuff. Jeff, this is important. I hope you're listening. And I got the propane tank. Yep, KB knows you need a propane tank. Deej did not have to tell me that. I knew that by myself. And so there you go. So it's kind of like you get your tent set up, you get your chair set up for your family activity, put your walking stick away, Keep it nearby with your cleaver in case you got some unwanted creatures that come at you. Fire up your old cooking campsite stove thing. Get your little ready pouch out, and you can start making a meal. Now, these come in all flavors, from what I understand. I'm not a big hiker, but I certainly am a big cooker. And so when I go somewhere, I like to know what I need to do to cook. Oh, almost time. So like I said, I like the beef stroganoff because I think it's gonna be hearty. And look at that happy family on there. You get that, Deej? Look at that happy group of people. This also says, FYI, 11 grams of protein. Remember, healthy. So we're trying to do that. Also, 2.5 servings. This makes me think Deej and I could have brought a small child with us. Maybe an older person who might only eat half of a portion. You know, maybe the cat. We could have brought the cat. The cat could have been the half. I don't know, right, Deej? But we could have been the 2. That could have been the 0.5. So just keep that in mind when you're picking out what you want. No cleanup. Just add the water. In less than 10 minutes, you're gonna have a fantastic, very full meal out here in the wilderness. All right, so we're just about 4 minutes in. So at this point in the meal prep, you're gonna stir it again. It really kind of looks like cat vomit, Deej, I'm not gonna lie, but it's gonna be delicious. You're gonna stir it again, and now you're gonna have to wait though about 8 to 9 minutes. So instead of hearing me ramble on, I could plank for you, but I think we've already covered the fact that I plank longer than 8 to 9 minutes, so we don't need to go there. We're gonna let this sit. Deej and I are gonna go grab some firewood for the big campfire later for the s'mores and the whatnots, and we'll see you in the next segment. Bye, guys.